The cosmopolitan city of Brasilia was amazingly built in the span of only 41 months. It is the fourth largest city of Brazil. The city is known to have grand modern architecture with wide landscape in which citizens live in a relatively high quality of life. Commonly referred to as the Capital Federal, Brasilia is the seat of all three branches of the Brazilian government. The city also hosts the headquarters of many Brazilian companies. Brasilia was not only a planned city, it is also a planned capital. Brazilia's economy is dominated by the services, which account for 91% of the local GDP. Brasilia has the largest per capita income of any city in Brazil. The alluring structures and beautiful landscapes of Brasilia hide a gem, a little town called São Sebastião. São Sebastião's history leaves remnants of the slave era. There are still poor people and undernourished children in it. It is still visible and very much different from the booming city of Brasilia. But there is good news.
The Children Joy Foundation incorporated Brazilian chapter and is spreading love and joy to the destitute children. As the CJFI, Brazilians volunteer extend the foundation's first gift-giving and feeding program here in Brasilia, Brazil.
The Kingdom Light Congregation of Brazil once again spreads love and joy to the less fortunate children, and this time in São Sebastião, Brasilia. It is and always will be Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy's mission to go to poverty-stricken areas around the world and bring joy to children through gift-giving and feeding programs. Preparations for this main event was not an easy task for the volunteers. Together, volunteers work hand in hand on creating an event that could forever be remembered by the kids for the rest of their lives. The Uni-Euro University students, together with the Keepers leaders, had a Christmas caroling for a cause in the Philippine Embassy, Residencia Peninsula, and also sang to the American diplomats who generously gave donations like food, toys, and goods for the feeding program hosted by the KLC of Brasilia. Artists of São Sebastião also came to give their support for the feeding program by coming a day earlier to help prepare the venue. The Filipino community tirelessly worked their best for this event to be successful. The artists of IANN and the Keepers stood alongside with the Kingdom members of Brazil in making this event happen. The spirit of unconditional volunteering for a noble cause was contagious indeed, because it is love in action, and love is all we need. As the gift-giving and feeding started, there were only but smiles on the faces of the children. There was so much anticipation and excitement as they entered and wore their shirts. The Keepers Club members joyfully rendered a song and also entertained the children with their dance presentation. The kids couldn't help themselves and join in the fun. The day wouldn't be complete without games. And also fun competitions in which everyone was the winner. The administrator of São Sebastião, Alexley Goncalves Perez, also gave a certificate to the KLC of Brazil, received by Ms. Sara Santos, followed by a special speech from the Consul General, Mr. Ari Severino V. Convalescent of the Philippine Embassy. The beneficiaries were delighted as it was time to feast on delicious food. The volunteers were thrilled to see the smiles across the faces of each child, making their efforts worthwhile. Finally, the gifts were distributed to each child. There were no words to describe their expression as they opened their gifts.
It was a very successful feeding program. I'm very grateful to see all the smiles in the children's faces, and it's a very great thing to be part of this. Pastor, thank you very much. I know you can be anywhere of the world, but know that your mission is being done here by all of these people here, and we love you. Thank you. My message to Pastor Apollo, that he put a lot of effort helping people across the world, making their smile, feeding them, and taking the best of our hearts. Thank you, Pastor Apollo.
Thank you, Pastor, for your support, for letting God use you to bless those children, and we are always here to help you in this work.
Pastor, in behalf of the Filipino Community Association here in Brazil, we would like to say thank you so much. You might be so far away, but we can feel you here.
I've never heard, I've never seen this before, because it's a lot of food and to a lot of kids. So that's amazing, and I was so happy when I saw that.
Agradecer muito ao pastor por ele ter esse projeto que é imenso, é magnífico, entendeu? E a gente está disponível aqui, está com as portas abertas, e a gente só tem a agradecer mesmo de bom coração pela essa situação proposta por ele.
Estou conhecendo agora, para mim está sendo surpresa, muito bom, né, o trabalho. Posso até agradecer também o pastor Apolo, né, por estar enviando sua equipe pelo mundo todo e chegar aqui também ao nosso bairro, na nossa comunidade. Isso é muito importante para nós, muito obrigado.
E pastor, eu vi desde o início você falando um pouco o seu modo de ver diante do que foi revelado a você no monte, e eu vi que você tem uma visão diferente. Você tem uma visão que as pessoas elas não podem ser medíocres, e elas não podem se rebaixar a ninguém, Senhor ninguém, porque Deus ama prosperidade, e isso que você prega é muito lindo. E tá de parabéns. O meu recado para você continue esse trabalho. Aliás, não tem nem como falar continue, né? Porque vai continuar de qualquer jeito, que já virou uma corrente e todo mundo aqui é entusiasmado, e eu amo fazer parte desse projeto.
Para kay Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, maraming pong salamat pag-initiate itong programa na to. Napakaganda pong programa ngayong Kapaskuhan dito sa Brazil. At sana ay lumawi pa itong programa na to, hindi lamang dito sa Brazil, kundi sa iba pang parte ng Brazil. At sa ngalan po ng Embahada ng Pilipinas, we are waiting for you to visit us in Brazil, and we look forward to meeting you very soon. Thank you po.
Thank you very much for doing this here in Brazil. We can feel a piece of the Philippines here in this region that they need help, they needed love, and they need the gratitude that you gave to them. Thank you very much. Salamat po. Pastor, come to Brazil and visit us. Mabuhay, you are very welcome here. Thank you, sir. God bless all of you.
Okay, so the feeding program here in Brasilia was a great success, and they were really very happy, especially the parents. So there was so much food, there were so many presents, and there was more than enough for everybody. And they are so happy, and we are so happy to have been able to do this event with them. So it's really real Christmas, because we felt the love, and we gave love, and we received love in return. So Pastor Apollo, thank you very much for bringing the foundation to Brazil, and I hope that this will be the start of a really great work here, and we are always with you, and we are waiting for you to come over to Brasilia. So we hope to see you soon, and thank you again once more. Thank you very much.
The very heart of this noble cause is no other than Pastor Apollo, the executive pastor of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ. His love is being spread throughout the world, feeding, clothing, and providing education to the underprivileged children.
Now I am here to put off the flame of hate and bitterness in your heart. If you cannot find love in your community, if you cannot find love among your leaders, if you cannot find love in your religion, come to the kingdom. Find me. Find me. Because my heart is full of love. I am commanded to love all of you.
From Brasilia, Brazil, this is David Lira reporting from the Sunshine Media Network International.